race Channel 9 has been following for 27 months now. Over. Republican Dan Bishop victorious over Democrat Dan McCready tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Scott Wickersham.
I'm Erica Bryant. Tonight's District 9 race was neck and neck for much of the night, and then Bishop pulled ahead. We want to show you a look at how the votes are stacking up. A Republican Dan Bishop winning, and he had 51% of the votes to Dan McCready's 49%, about 4,160 votes separating them.
Anchor Allison Ladas has followed every development in this race. She's live tonight at Dan Bishop's watch party tonight, where the mood is, of course, a happy one. Allison.
Oh, absolutely. And as we speak right now, the crowd is listening to President Donald Trump congratulate Dan Bishop on his victory tonight, telling them that they all did an incredible job in helping his campaign. You probably can't hear that, but that is the President of the United States calling Dan Bishop. Just a few minutes ago, he also had a call from the Vice President of the United States as well, giving the crowd really a big congratulations for all of their hard work. Dan Bishop has said that he immediately wants to get to work and to continue working with the Trump agenda. His goals mirror that of President Trump, saying that his first priority when he gets to Congress. There's the cheering of the crowd as the president wraps up his call with Dan Bishop. He said that one of his first priorities is to ratify the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Free Trade Agreement. He also said that America must immediately secure our border and touted the president's plan to build a wall. He also blasted sanctuary cities and specifically called out Mecklenburg County for getting rid of that 287G program, which would have voluntarily cooperated with ICE. He said that he wants to work with the president to continue winning and putting America first, citing the economy.
I'm going to Washington with clear eyes and steel spine. And just as I have done in the Senate, I will work across the aisle with anyone who wants to solve problems and deliver results for North Carolina families.
So obviously they are riding high here tonight, very excited to get a phone call of congratulations from the VP and President Trump himself, now saying that he's ready to get to work in Washington. The spirit's much different where my colleague Joe Bruno is tonight. He's with the Dan McCready campaign. And Joe, I know you were there as he came out to thank everyone who helped with his campaign, though unsuccessfully.
Yeah, McCready was pretty proud of the campaign that he ran here. A lot of supporters, a lot of them, they kind of left the building here, but the ones that are still here, they aren't too depressed right now. Still a lot of positive feelings here as they turn this Trump plus 12 district into a 2 percentage point race here. It looks like something, Robeson County was really a major difference player in this race. Election day votes really went to Bishop over McCready, and if you look at the 2018 results, this is a county that McCready really did well in, and Bishop just really overperformed in there. Something Bishop campaign did in Robeson County really clicked. I also think the president's rally did help galvanize that Eastern District support. Cumberland County showed up for Bishop on Election Day. The early voting in Cumberland County was tilting toward McCready, so there was really that last-minute surge of voters for Bishop there. Overall, about 4,000 votes separated Bishop and McCready. When McCready took the stage here today, he thanked all of his supporters and once again preached that country over party mantra, and he said that he will help out Bishop any way he can while he's in Washington.
Our refrain in this campaign was country over party. And I believe that when our country succeeds, we all succeed. For me, that means offering my help to Dan Bishop as he takes over his new job representing us, and I wish him the best.
So filing for the next 2020 race, Bishop will head up to he'll head up to D.C. and then he'll have to file for the 2020 election in a couple months. That will open December 2nd. McCready says tomorrow that he's just going to sleep in. Nobody here is thinking about the 2020 race right now, but a good victory for Bishop tonight. Really performed well on Election Day. Back to you.
Thank you to our political reporter, Joe Bruno, who first broke the news of concerns about absentee ballot fraud that led to investigations and then to this special election. Thank you, Joe. The State Board of Elections had two meetings earlier tonight about District 9 polling sites, and they extended to a voting precinct at Mint Hill Masonic Lodge for 25 minutes. They extended the voting time there after a smell of gas caused voters to be redirected to other polling sites. And before that, the board declined a request sent in to keep this precinct in Monroe open late because of some confusion over its move to a different location.
I want to show you this map now of how each county ended up voting in this election. I'm starting with Robeson County here because Joe mentioned the fact that the absentee ballots, you got much more, 4,500 absentee ballots for Dan McCready, 2,600 for Dan Bishop. But on election day, you can see almost 6,000 votes here for McCready, 7,600 for Dan Bishop. And just taking a quick look here at the bigger counties in Mecklenburg County tonight, you can see that 56% of the vote went to Dan McCready, 43% went to Dan Bishop. But then we look over at Union County and you can see here that Dan Bishop got 60% of the vote. In Union County, Dan McCready 40%. In the end, a very close race, but tipping in the favor of Bishop tonight.